Hey there, welcome back to Morrowind. During the last part we were helping Chaos Casades to find more information on the secretive 6th house and Nerevarine cults. And now he's sending us to Vivec to find out even more information.
We make a special trip just for you. Same low price.
Thank you.
We make a special trip.
So here we are in Vivec. It's the largest city on the island. As you can see, it takes up this whole area and it's split into different sections. And the three people we're looking for are Adranir, who is at the St. Olms district, Hulea at the foreign quarter, and Mera Milo at the temple. The closest one to us is the foreign quarter, so we'll be going there first. It's probably the only place you're supposed to go if you are a foreigner, but we kind of live here now because we took over that store, so I think we're allowed everywhere. So there's a very cheap boat travel option here if you don't have fast movement speed to get around the city, but our movement speed is a lot better now. So how Vivec works in general is that on the bottom floor there's usually houses, on the top floor there's usually the plaza, and here is the wasteworks. So we were told this guy would be at the Black Shark Corner Club. Here it is. Hello, you. Get out of the way, we got issues with this filthy lizard. His kind aren't welcome here, he belongs in the swamp with the rest of them.
Mathera.
Oh, this could be a problem.
What is this regard?
Hi, you.
Cosme?
I welcome you as a friend of a friend, but I wish to go to my friend's bookstore, and these troublesome fools are in my way. I've tried to persuade them, but they hate my race, and I fear there'll be violence. Perhaps if you speak to them, but be careful and be ready. Tell me about the bookstore. My friend Jabos of the Khajiit has a bookstore, Jabos's Rare Books. If you agree to travel together with me there, I will answer your questions. But before we go, I beg you to try and persuade these troublesome fools to leave us alone. Otherwise, I fear they will attack us the moment we go to leave. The sight of a free Argonian offends these racist thugs. It would tarnish my Moragtong honour to slay them, and I don't want to trouble my friend here by fighting in his club. I do love the fact that we're not helping him because he can't defend himself, we're helping him because he doesn't want to murder these people so hard that it causes a mess. Well, let's talk to these people. And rather than talk,
scent is new.
Let's just charm them.
There's someone watching me, I can tell.
I'm not talking to that filthy lizard, so push off. Blah blah blah, you can stay here forever for all I care, not my problem. Well, that was easy. Let's go together. Yes, let's go.
Is there something I can do for you?
Oh, he doesn't have anything to talk about? Never mind. I thought he was going to be like, thanks for doing that, mate. Here's 1,000 gold, but no, he didn't say that.
What was that?
Apothecary, Alchemist, Rare Books. Yes, thank you very much. We should be free from distractions here. Now, I said I'll tell you about the Nerevarine cult so you can report back to Chaos. And I don't know any of the 6th house cult, but I can tell you what I do know. Do you know anything about the 6th house cult? I've never heard of such a thing. House Dagoth was the 6th house, but in the War of the First Council they betrayed the other great houses and were destroyed for their treason. But I've never heard of anyone worshipping them. Dagothr, the ancient head of House Dagoth, is the devil of the tribunal faith, but I've never heard of anyone worshipping him either. Well, we've learnt an extra name now, Dagothr. We might have been told that before, but at least now we've been told that he's basically the devil, according to Tribunal. So, tell me about the cult. He's got a lot to talk about, and all of this is important, so we're going to go through it. To understand the Nerevarine cult, you must understand the history of the Ashlanders. Nerevar means something very different to the Ashlanders from what he means to Dunmer of the Great Houses. You should also know that the persecution of the Nerevarine, and the legacy of the false incarnate, for the Nerevarine cult is at heart of the ancient conflict between the nomadic Ashlanders and the settled Great House Dunmer. Here is a summary for Chaos, but ask for questions. So tell me about the history of the Ashlanders. In the First Era, the nomadic Ashlanders and the settled Dunmer clans were much alike, but after the First Council and the formation of the Great Houses, Ashlanders have been steadily forced into the poorest and most hostile lands. Now the nomadic tribes look to the prophesied return of the Nerevar for a restoration of the ancient rites and religious traditions. So tell me about the Ashlanders. The Ashlanders hate House Dunmer, who have become soft and who have abandoned traditional ancestor worship for the gods of a tribunal. And the Ashlanders hate Outlanders, who invaded and stole their land, and forced them to live as a subjected people. A reborn Nerevar who could drive out the Outlander invaders, destroy the false worship of a tribunal, and restore the pure traditions of life and faith to the nomads would be a very popular hero to the Ashlanders. Tell me about the Great Houses. In modern times, Morrowind is ruled by 5 great houses: House Halu, House Rodran, House Telvanni, we've heard of those 3, but there's also House Induril and House Drez. Induril may be due to Induril Nerevar, but I'm not perfectly sure on that. Great House culture is partially defined by its roots in ancient Dunmer tribal clans, and partially by later imperial influences from the other western cultures. The Great House's culture is only one of the native Dunmer cultures of Morrowind. The other native culture, the Ashlander culture, is a nomadic barbarian culture largely untouched by imperial influences. Tell me about the persecution of the Nerevarine. The Temple treats the Nerevarine prophecies as heresy, and the Temple imprisons and executes heretics, unless prevented by imperial law. But since the Nerevarine cult is hostile to the Empire does not interfere when Temple persecutes the cult. Ashlanders hate the Temple, and particularly the Ordinators, for their ruthless treatment of the Nerevarine cultists. Tell us about the False Incarnate. We haven't heard of that before. In the past, some have claimed to be the reincarnated Nerevar. The most recent is known as Peakstar, a figure of legend among the Wastes tribes for the last 30 years. The Temple says that these false incarnates disprove the prophecies, since the false incarnates fail and come to nothing, but the mystical Nerevarine cult glorifies rather than shrinks from contradictions, citing the appearance of failed incarnates as certain proof of Nerevar's coming rebirth. So that could also be hinted from the Stranger poem at the start of the game that said that many fall but one remains, is likely referring to the many failed false incarnates. So I believe that's everything he had to talk to us about. Tell us about your bookstore. No, he doesn't say anything else about it. But what I do want to know about is the Morag Tong. I am only a low-ranking member, but Pauper and Commoner do not suffer from war here as we do in the West, thanks to the honoured traditions of House War and the Morag Tong. I am an Argonian, yet they treat me with respect. I like these guys already. If you are curious, find a copy of The Black Glove, but please do not mistake us for the Dark Brotherhood. The Dark Brotherhood is a perversion of the ancient Dunmer traditions. They have sold their honour for profit, and are no more than a league of murderers for hire. So we need to find this Black Glove to have a hint of where to go to find out how to join them, if they'll let us. If they let an Argonian join, they should let a Wood Elf join. Hi, Ordinator.
Citizen.
We've heard that you apparently go around murdering people. Tell us about the Nerevarine. Let's get the Ordinator's view on this. The Ashlanders have a prophecy that one day a reincarnation of a legendary hero. I'll just read through this quickly. No, he just says that like anyone else would say it. He doesn't say like, I persecute or something like that. Hi, Jabasha.
Why do you approach?
To look at your selection of books. So I rescued your friend. He doesn't seem to care. Tell me about the unrest in Cyrodiil City. I don't think we've spoken to anyone about that. Things are bad for Man and Khajiit. The province war with one another, never smelling the common enemy in their midst. The Empire spreads its troops far and wide with strict orders to do nothing. Children no longer respect their elders. People no longer respect the law. Corruption is everywhere. There were no heroes like there were in Jabasha's grandmother's day. All this fuss over the Emperor's illness is just a symptom. Well, that was interesting and out of nowhere. Tell me about your Khajiit race. We are from the deserts and forests of elsewhere. There are many Khajiit, but only the small, agile Sufracate are common here in Vorenfell. When people think of Khajiit, they think of thieves. Perhaps because it's hard for us to understand property. That might be my best excuse for committing thievery ever. It's just like, what's your stuff? I don't know what's yours. What's property? You pick things up, I pick things up. What's the difference? Tell me about elsewhere. Perhaps Jabasha will return someday. Hopefully. Tell me about Vadam Dren. Duke Dren sent guards to Jabasha's store. Are they to protect Jabasha, or to protect others from Jabasha? Either way, Jabasha appreciates it. So, he's got a lot of books, and his bookstore is quite unique in the game because it has some copies of things that aren't available anywhere else. But he doesn't have every book. Let's see if he has the Black Glove. There's a lot of things that have V in the name. The A, the B, it should be here. The Book of Dawn and Dusk. The Brothers of Darkness. No, he doesn't have it. That's a shame. He has a lot of Dancing Fire books though, which means that we could probably get some skills by looking around here. I believe this guy has some books that you can't get elsewhere, but we haven't been told to get them yet, so we'll come back later. Also, Charles the Plant. He has Meteor Slime. I'm pretty sure it's a reference to Maniac Mansion. It's a silly little Easter egg.
Why do you approach?
To look at your books, I hope you don't mind if I just like scan through your library and look for anything expensive. Not to steal it, you know, just to read it. Oh, that's an expensive book. Medium armor. This is probably a bad idea because this means that we'll have a harder time using these skills that we're leveling up now to get extra bonuses on our future level ups. But there might be good books. Oh, all of the Dancing Fire books are here. Acrobatics, Block, Athletics. I think we already read that one. Marksman, Mercantile, Mercantile. Excellent. I'm not going to steal anything, I'm just reading. Get lost. We need one of these Pilgrim Path books, and I forgot if we put it down somewhere.
Want something?
So let's just buy it anyway for the hell of it. $27 gold, maybe? Yeah, thank you. I'm pretty sure that's in our house, but we'll buy it anyway. Move, Ordinator. What a jerk. Are you coming back up now? You better not be. I think that's the same one as downstairs. Ooh, that's a very small lock on that chest. I'm tempted. The Legions of the Dead. That doesn't sell for anything. That's interesting. I forgot if that's used for a quest, but it probably is. Right, let's try and pick this lock. See if there's anything good in it. It's the lowest level lock in the entire game. Come on, game. This is incredible. About time. Jeez. We're taking that 5 gold. We've waited an entire lockpick for that. Of course we're going to take it. Right, so next up, we want to find... I think Adrenia will be the closest. You'll find her at St. Orm's. Be careful what you say and use common sense. People in the cantons are suspicious. You may want to have to win or purchase their confidence. So he doesn't know where she is.
What's this about?
Don't mind me, I'm just pulling my sword out right in front of you. So the quickest way would just be to jump down there, but we'll probably die. So let's use levitation. There we go. This is probably the best way to get around this city. So there's House Rodron. Here's the arena. Sadly, even with the name arena, you would expect there to be a lot of combat there, but you can only fight a few times there. And it's all for quests that demand it. Here's St. Orm's. Hi, you. Oh, we want to find Adrenia. So her name is Adrenia, she's a Khajiit. Do you know where I can find her? No. Perhaps some other good citizen can tell me where to find her. You're rather suspicious. Whoop, didn't mean to press that again. Sorry. Didn't mean to pull a sword out. Hi, you. Do you know where Adrenia is? Okay. Would 100 gold change your mind? There we go. Okay, okay, you pay me money. I know Adrenia, and if I know Adrenia, she'll be staying out of sight as long as the census and excise agent is lurking about. Probably down in the underworks. Look for trapdoors. The underworks of the Canton sewers. Go down and look over the side. You can see the outflow drains underwater. Very nice place, yes indeed. Right, so that guy is an Imperial tax collector, hunting smugglers and tax dodgers. I think I like Adrenia.
May you find all that you seek, traveler.
Right, so, oh, we can still levitate. May as well make use of that. Here's the canal works. Right, so that'll lead down to the underworks. Let's see if there's anything to do here. There are sometimes, some crypts or some buildings or something down here. There's a storage room. There's rats. There's no longer a rat. We could loot all this stuff, but it'll probably take us ages, so we're not going to bother. Lockpick. Let's punch a rat. Hey, we punched a rat. Great. We're going back to our sword, though. Again, like, hand-to-hand combat in this game with your fists drains fatigue from the enemy before it will actually damage them. So, we will be there all day. We may still have a look in chests, but we're not going to bother with all the, other boxes. Now, that's a big door. Let's try using one of our scrolls on it. This is 40 to 60, so all of these scrolls could get wasted. Oh, it worked. Good. If it had like a low roll. Skeleton! That's a lot of skeletons. Okay, we're backing up. Wow, how many skeletons are there here? This better be guarding something good. I don't think I've ever been down here before. Is that all of them? Or any more? There's more skeletons, jeez. We should probably heal up. We might be able to do one shot at this health. Oh, I didn't realise we killed the other one. Ooh. Good arrows. They're kind of heavy though, but we'll take them. We'll actually use those ones as well. I guess at this point there's no point taking actual arrows, because they'll just be too heavy. And we don't really need them since we're getting so many normal arrows. Right, there's a few really bad chests. Let's try and unlock them. We should probably level up our security skill if we, what does security actually do on level up? Intelligence. We do need more maximum mana, so on our next level up we're actually going to train that instead. I was going to do something like alchemy. But leveling up our lockpicking ability is clearly going to be more important. We used up all of our lockpick. There's just money in these. They're not locked too complex. Let's disarm this trap. Come on, game. There we go. That's even worse loot than the other ones. Come on, game. Okay, time to move on to our master lockpick. Slightly better loot. Sure thing, let's make a donation. That buffed our restoration. Well, that was completely worthless coming this way. There was no good loot whatsoever. The skeletons have good stuff. But the actual enemies have nothing. Wow, all these magical arrows are great. We're taking all of them. Even more magical arrows. Okay, at least we got a lot of good ammo for our bow. At this point, we're probably never going to have to use normal arrows ever again.
You have a question?
Let's go down. We can rest while we're down here, so may as well. Just in case we get in combat with anyone. Speaking of combat, here's a rat. Hi, person.
You will die!
Oh, she's aggressive. Fine. If you want to do this, I'll do this. She seems to have quite a bit of health. Are you really just... Oh, I thought she was just going to run, like, there. Like, into that, against the water when she could have just gone around the corner. Come on, we just need like one more good hit. Never mind, we need 2 more good hits. There we go. She's just wearing steel, nothing too good. Oh, like always, we'll leave them with their pants on. Okay, what was she guarding? A shrine. Let's go inside. I'm sure it'll be safe. Let's rest first. Right, I guess let's go in prepared. Because it's unlikely that anyone in there is going to be friendly if she wasn't. Let's get rid of this guy. Looks like he'll die sooner. It's much easier to avoid. Whoa! Wow, that guy wrecked us. I think that was a Daedric longsword. That's the best quality longsword in the... We are definitely killing this guy. But we need to rethink what we're doing. Our plan now is to levitate, so we'll get out of range of him. And then let's go back and use our bow longbow. Come on, game. Are you really doing this? We don't have any more man. Let's load the save because we can't rest because we're levitating. That's the wrong save. Let's load the autosave. Don't worry, we got this. It's fine, we know what we're doing. Right. Bow longbow first then. Right. There we go. Now let's just float above them. Right, we're gonna kill this guy first, so that when our levitate wears off, we can. Oh, he's being sneaky. Okay, never mind. We'll shoot this guy. Are you really calling for a guard? The other one's attacking me. Right, he's stuck in a corner, so let's kill him. Or let's try and kill him. Yeah, them running around like this is actually making it a lot harder than I thought it would. Right, let's recover. And then let's go again. This is kind of cheap, but it will give us a Daedric longsword, which is probably better than our current longsword, even though ours is magical. Where is that guy? There he is. We need to move. Right. Let's hope that he stays damaged. And then we'll go again. Right, we'll just have to go like this. Wait, are we out of arrows? We're out of arrows. Let's use poison arrows. Well, we did a lot less damage that time. Not that time, though. Just need one more hit. There we go. He's dead. Excellent. Well, that was unconventional, but it worked. Let's look at our loot. We got a Daedric longsword. The best quality sword in the entire game. The problem with it though is you can see it has a weight of 60. Daedric stuff is the heaviest in the game, so we probably can't really carry that with us. Let's rate it to our current sword though. This goes up to 26. This goes up to like 30s and 40s. So it is like twice as good. And the condition is ridiculously high. He has constant effect belts. Well, we'll take them, but they won't be useful. But we may as well equip them. This is some good loot. Like, I knew that these shrines were unto Vivec. Oh, sorry, I accidentally took your pants. Where's the pants? There's the pants. Here, have your pants. Fortified marksman constant effect, now that's good. Yeah, it's like I was going to say, I was aware that these people were down here. Fortified long blade constant effect. Not sure which to pick. but I wasn't sure which cantons they were under, so that's pretty good. We need to drop some stuff though now. I guess let's drop the rat meat to start with. Drop the candlestick. We could drop some of our robes, but I like swapping between them. Oh yeah, we forgot to equip our helm. That would have given us some extra protection. That dagger barely sells at all. Let's drop that. I guess we should just drop all, well, use all of our restore health potions. These cheap ones. They're not very good and they weigh loads, so. Maybe that'll heal us to full health. Let's drop the others. Yeah, that healed us to full health. Okay, we just need a little bit more. Cheap restore magicka is kind of useless. But again, we'll use some of it now. And now we can almost move. I guess we should drop our iron arrows. There you go, we can move. And what does this lady have? She has nothing good. She has a dwarven short sword. Sadly, we can't really carry that though with us. Then again, we have a lot of these silence arrows. We don't really need this many, so let's take that sword. Right, so this is a shrine to what looks like, I think that's Mayun's Dagon. No, wait, that's or is that? It's not Malakath. I don't know, the orc one maybe? I forgot. Right, there's a lot of locks here. This is a very easy lock. Let's open this one. Let's take about 10 years to open this one. Hey, it worked. Nothing good. Block too complex. Come on, please don't waste all of the Master Lockpick. I was going to say Grandmaster Lockpick, but it's not a Grandmaster one. Even though, frankly, that would probably still fail just as much. Excellent. Let's remove the trap. And let's move the trap on this. And let's use the big open spell. Actually, we may as well use while we're next to a bed. Oh, screw it. Let's just use the scroll. I think I wasted that scroll by accidentally casting it a little bit above the chest. That looks fancy, but it's actually kind of bad. Corpse preparation. Why did I not take all the money? Take all the money. Well, let's take some corpse preparation books, I guess. Why not? I don't know if we can find them elsewhere, so let's take them. Let's drop a few more of these silence arrows. The thing with silence arrows is I don't know if we'll really need them or not. Oh, lockpicks. Now we're over encumbered. Yeah, let's just drop all the silence arrows. Because the thing is, if we're shooting something with arrows, then we're not likely to be, ah, screw it, let's take them. I just realised that might actually be not the best idea. No, let's drop them after all. I keep making up my mind. I was just thinking of a future fight in the game that is quite nasty. Can we not do anything here? Yes, we can loot from him. This is probably a really bad idea. Yep, that was a bad idea. This is a Daedric. And we were about to die. Yeah, we really shouldn't have done that. Standard restore health potions. Let's go. We got this. Right, I'm just going to do a quick save here, even though I'm in combat, so it's a bit cheaty. But just in case, because I didn't save after I killed everyone else. And if we lose to this guy, then I'll just walk out the door, and I won't save scum it. Even though I can't really speak, like, about how great I am at, like, not save scumming something, when I literally just kept running in and out of that door. Let's use our big Daedric longsword. Let's also equip the belt that fortifies Longblade. Right, let's heal up just in case he does a big hit on us. I think this is actually just a Dremora. Like a minor one. He seems to just be attacking with like a base weapon. Come on, just die, please. Get hit. There we go. Oh no, it was a Dremora Lord. They're like the best kind, but he only has a Drew club. I thought he'd have a Daedric club. Never mind. Well, we'll steal the offerings, because we don't care for this guy. And let's go. Let's get our health and mana back. Right, so we did have to leave behind our other sword, sadly. But that's fine. So we're looking for the Khajiit. It is cool having this Daedric longsword. It's a pity it's so heavy.
Move Sarah?
Hello. Great. This person's also going to have loads, but I think first off we need to talk to this guy before she'll tell us. Great, so Chaos says to you, speak with Adrenir, and you have done this thing. You are speaking with Adrenir, but Adrenir will not talk to you about the Nerevarine or the Sixth House cult. And because why? Because Adrenir is at the moment very distracted by a nice census and excise agent, who wants also to speak with her. You do not know this? We are the collectors of the Emperor's taxes and tariffs, and the Emperor has outlawed trade in many things like dream artifacts and ebony, and a census and excise agent will enjoy being a pest around such things. For several reasons, a census and excise agent is not Adrenir's favourite person. If you want Adrenir to help you make the bad agent go away, then she will tell you everything. Okay. I like her. Right, so let's go back. And we'll just kind of lie to this guy, or kill him if we really need to, but I don't think...
3 blessings.
You okay, babies? Sometimes my rabbits just do the weirdest things. Anyway. Let's butter him up first. We have our charm spell. There you go. Right, so we could tell her where she is, but that would be stupid. So let's instead just say, yeah, she took the gondola to the mainland. What a disappointment, but thank you for your time. I was just heading back to the mainland myself. So maybe I'll run into her. Bye-bye. Come on, please jump. Good. Our jump skill is slightly improved now, so we should be allowed to jump over basic things. Yep, we came down the right one. Hi, Adrenir.
Greetings.
So, she'll probably also have a lot to talk to us about. And it'll probably also all be important, so we should pay attention. So, are you the one that Adrenir must thank for getting rid of the annoying census and excise agent? Indeed. Adrenir is very glad to see you, and very happy to tell a friend of my good friend, Chaos, all about the Sixth House cult. And Adrenir knows nothing about the Nerevarine. But Adrenir is happy to tell you that too, if it makes Chaos happy. So you don't know anything about the Nerevarine then? Knows nothing about this Nerevarine cult because it is silly superstition. So you tell Chaos this, nobody in her right mind pays any attention to this nonsense. Prophecies and ancient heroes reborn and other silliness, fuzzy tales for little kitties. I do love it when a Khajiit calls things kitties. It's so cute. Right, so tell us about the Sixth House cult. This Adrenir knows about, because it is about smuggling. some smart smugglers are suddenly too busy for their old clients because they have a new employer, the 6th House, who pays very well. But what do they smuggle now? Adrenia doesn't know, because they are very secret, and this is odd, because these smugglers are always loud and bragging, and now they hush up like fat-bellied kitties full of sweet meats. Oh, Adrenia, you're adorable. Tell us about smuggling. Smuggling is big business. The Empire says we can't trade skooma, moon sugar, ebony, dreamer artifacts, exotic Dunmer weapons and armor, and slaves. So smugglers trade these things. Smugglers also smuggle grief, shine, and Tushama to avoid Imperial tax. And now the 6th House site hires smugglers, but what they smuggle, Adrenia cannot say. So this 6th House, even though it's said to be new, like a new upcoming thing that people seem to be worshipping, it has a lot of money to throw around. So clearly they must be quite big at least. So we got one more person to meet.
Seek information.
And that person is over by the temple, which is to the south. Let's see, whereabouts at the temple is she? She'll be at one of those. Let's see if we can run there without having to levitate. Probably not. Right, so there's the temple. Yeah, we're gonna have to levitate. Or we can fail to levitate completely. That also works. We could try and just jump down, but that's probably a bad idea. Let's just run down normally. I was planning to jump into the water, but that'll probably just take ages to actually get back up, because we'd have to find the entrance and all that. Right, here's the way to go. Also, for the hell of it, let's change up our robe. Let's have a green robe. Ah, there's an entrance we could have taken. Oh well, we're here now. So yeah, there is like a lot of houses along the bottoms of these cantons as well. So, somebody told us about something that was over the city, and it's this. Apparently there was just a moon that was about to hit Vivec, and Vivec stopped it apparently. Vivec sounds cool. Let's go see if we can have a chat to Vivec. This here clearly looks important, so this must be where Vivec is. Lock level 100, the Palace of Vivec. Well, we can't go in there quite yet. We'll come back to him later. So yes, Vivec should be in there, and that is one of the 3 tribunal gods that we've heard about. Hi, you.
What is this about?
Do you know where Mara Milo is? Isn't she the librarian at the Library of Vivec? That's here in Vivec Temple Canton, in the Hall of Wisdom. It's in the lower levels on the eastern side. If a game registers that it's a bit of a maze, then it's probably going to be bad.
What do you want?
Oh, no, it's right here. You aren't Mara Milo?
I could kill that Guar. Those boots are ruined.
Okay. Ah, Library of Vivec.
I could kill that Guar. Those boots are ruined.
Why do so many people have problems with Guars? Hiya.
Outlander, what do you want?
I want you. Yes, I'm Mara Milo. Chaos sent you. Follow me into the back of the library. We can't talk here. Don't mind me, guards. We're just snooping. Go ahead. I'm afraid I don't know anything about the 6th House cult, but I can tell you about the Nerevarine cult. No one seems to know about the 6th House. Our only informer that told us about it barely knew about it. The temple worships Nerevar as a saint and hero, but prophecies of his reincarnation are punished as wicked heresy. The Nerevarine cult claims the tribunal are false gods, hence the temple's persecution of the Nerevarine cult. A group called the Dissident Priests disputes temple doctrine on the Nerevarine prophecies. The prescribed book, Progress of Truth, describes their beliefs. Get a copy of Progress of Truth for Chaos Casades. That will tell him what he needs to know about the Nerevarine. This book lists the disputes of the dissident priests with tribunal temple doctrines. The temple has outlawed the sale and possession of the book, so it will be hard to find. We have a copy here, but I fear I'm being watched by ordinators. A safer plan would be to search local booksellers. Some booksellers ignore temple bans and outlaw books of profits. Right, so tell me about the temple. No, I've already heard about that. Tell us about the Nerevarine cult. Tell us about the dissident priests. The dissident priests dispute temple doctrine and are outlawed and persecuted by the temple. Ordinators arrest and imprison heretics, and the Empire cannot interfere. Progress of Truth lists their belief. In belief, they challenge the purity and divinity. In brief, they challenge the purity and divinity of the tribunal, suggesting their powers are sorceries, not divine, and perhaps akin to the powers of Dagoth. They also condemn the arbitrary power of the Ordinators and accuse the temple hierarchy of self-interest and corruption. Persecuted by the temple. Who does the temple persecute? Why does the temple persecute the dissident priests? Because attacks on the temple weaken the faith and leave people defenseless against the influence of Dagoth. Faith is what strengthens the will of the beliefs against Dagoth's lies. Faith is the source of the divine power that sustains the tribunal in their battle with Dagoth. Since the Empire, some Dunmer have turned away from the temple. That's why Dagoth grows stronger, why blight storms and monsters threaten this land. We just heard about Dagoth, but clearly he's very important despite not knowing about him earlier. So we'll ask about him, but is there anything else? Watched by Ordinators. I do not care for temple policies, but I have read Progress of Truth and it troubles me. I have friends, former priests who have gone into hiding, so I am bound to come to the attention of the Ordinators. I am careful, but I'm afraid. I'm no secret agent like you or Chaos. Sooner or later I too must go into hiding. If it is not too late when you return to Chaos, tell him I am worried, and that if something goes wrong, I will leave a message under the agreed code word Amaya. Oh, I hope you get out of here. Let's see, what else was here? Just tell us about Chaos Casades. Chaos is a dear friend. Like me, he admires the best traditions of the temple: charity for the poor, education for the ignorant, protection for the weak. He is a Westerner, but he has come to love our land and our people. But like me, he distrusts the arbitrary power of the Ordinators, and like the dissident priests, he suspects the temple is hiding something. He serves the Emperor, but he also loves Morrowind, and he sees the failing virtues of the temple as a threat to Morrowind's stability. Tell us about the Ordinators. Oh. Was I able to say anything about the arbitrary power of the Ordinators? No. Well, let's talk about Dagoth. Dagoth is the evil immortal enemy of the Tribunal Temple cult. The temple holds Dagoth and his hosts accountable for all the evils that beset the Dunmer and Morrowind. Dagoth dwells in fiery caverns beneath Red Mountain, served by his kin called Ash Vampires, and by legions of deformed monsters. So apparently some of his tribunal stuff isn't true, but this is starting to sound like either it's just a bunch of lies and it's fine, or it's true and it's really serious, so I think we should take it seriously. Tell me about disturbing dreams. That means nothing to me. Perhaps you wouldn't know, but the temple regards disturbing dreams as a sign of soul sickness. Soul sickness is called... Why did I say that? Soul sickness is called madness or insanity in the Empire. Signs of soul sickness are strange dreams, uncontrollable impulses, and cruel and evil deeds. Madness is not a disease, as Westerners believe, for if it were, it might be cured by blessings and healers. Soul sickness is a curse of Dagoth, who sends dark dreams to attack the weak in the faith in their sleep. Those strong in faith can resist. Those weak in faith must seek counsel from the temple. So she thinks that we're being attacked by Dagoth. Well, then he's clearly our enemy. Blessings. Right, good. This one's short. Good. No, now we can ask about shrines. Okay, good. That doesn't go anywhere. Right, now tell me about... No, she's not going to say anything interesting about the other gods. That's fine. Wow, that was a lot. As soon as I just randomly spoke to her about the disturbing dreams, I just got that huge wall of text. I was like, oh no, what have I done? Let's see, we are looking for that book she mentioned. Is this? No, that's not a skill book.
Is there something you need?
I believe this book is important for us. We might want to steal this if we can. No, I think... Does that count as her seeing me? Can we reach over? No, we can't. Never mind. We do have telekinesis.
Tidings.
But first I want to look for where the other book is that we need. Ooh, that's where the Progress of Truth is. We need to steal that, but like she said, it's being guarded. I don't know if this ordinator can see us from behind the books.
What words do you have for me, citizen?
My words are get lost. I'm trying to steal something from beneath your nose. I'd appreciate you not being in the way. I think we should just go and buy it from the bookseller. It'll be easier.
Wealth beyond measure.
But then again, we are a thief, so you know. I think this is a good moment to do this. So let's get telekinesis weak. Wait, no, he's right there.
I free my rights and duty.
Can I? I don't know. No, that won't work at all, will it? Can I even loot it from here? I don't think so. Oh, the guard's back. Is this guard? That guard's still there. Like, we could just sneak and hope that we get it, but we probably won't. That's a problem, because our sneak skill is dreadful. Oh, he's coming back. So
What is it, citizen?
let's attract their
Move
attention.
along.
Right, both of them are now attracted. So we are not close enough. We are not close enough. We need to use the max strength one. But we need more mana, so let's drink our mana potions. I think I just got rid of all of them, didn't I? I did. Okay, we definitely are buying it back. Never mind. I was wanting to be all sneaky and steal it because I felt like it, but it was a stupid idea and now I'm lost.
Do I know you, Tidings?
I think this was it, right? Yeah, we found it.
Quickly, Outlander. I haven't much time.
Right, now let's go back to the bookstore. It is a shame because I do like stealing whatever we can, but yeah, that one was just in the middle of everyone. Like, we could have just kept saving and loading until we get it, but you know. I feel like that's too cheaty, so we'll just get it normally. So, maybe we should talk about while we're running there, what we've learnt. So we've learnt more about the Nerevarine with all being persecuted and all that jazz, but the main thing to know about is just this House Dagoth. It seems to be growing in power, and no one seems to know about it. So that's very concerning. Especially since we're
Yes,
now being
friend.
attacked in our dreams. And it's said that Dagoth could be responsible for that.
Tidings, Bosmer.
Hello. You couldn't even see me from there, so I guess he knows what it sounds like when I
Move
walk in.
along.
Hi, you. I want Progress of Truth. Should be P. Where's P? Oh yeah, that book's great. Let's buy that book. Prophets of Truth. Excellent. Let's go down a few gold. You cannot afford... Oh no, we're out of money. And he's not going to buy anything, is he? But I want to buy both books. Will you buy scrolls from me? He will. Good. That makes up for it. So we don't care for that scroll. There we go.
You have questions?
Whoops. I thought I accidentally stole that one when it said I'm over encumbered. Okay, it's time for us to throw away a few more potions. No, we're keeping Cure Paralyze. I would drop a Flynn, but it's expensive. You know what? Let's just drop an Ebony. He can have that Ebony. So now we. Sadly, there's no way back to Balmora. I was about to think of using the Almcivi teleportation, but the problem with that would just be that we would arrive back at the temple, because that's the nearest temple to us now. We're going to go back up to the Foreign Quarter, and we're going to take the Mage Guild teleport. And while we're doing that, we're also going to go to Caldera, just so we can sell some more stuff to our scamp friend. Let's also rest that in a bed.
Something, friend?
In your dreams, a tall figure with a golden mask greeted you, saying, "There are many rooms in the house of a master. Be easy, for from the hands of your enemies I have delivered you." It seemed you had died, and could see yourself laid upon a table lit by candles, but with your own hands you touched the figure, and the figure drew breath, opened eyes, and rose from the table. Then the room was gone, and the world filled with light, and you awoke. Dagothr, I'd really appreciate these non-creepy dreams. You dreamt that a tall figure with a golden mask spoke to you, but you understood not a word. He smiled and seemed pleasant, but when he reached out to touch you, it terrified you, and you tried to escape, but you couldn't move. You tried to cry out, but you couldn't make a sound. The figure kept smiling and talking, but you felt sure he was trying to cast some sort of a spell on you. When you woke, you couldn't recall how the dream ended. Can we actually rest, Dagothr, please? Thank you. I appreciate all the cryptic clues that you're giving us, Dagothr, but, you know, I want to rest so we get our mana back. So that we can try and cast our mark spell when we go to the scamp.
Shopping for enchantments.
So Dagothr seems to be getting quite blunt and constant with his dreams now. I guess he started to find out that we're looking in on him. And he's like, "Hey, how do you feel about that?" "Hello, Chaldea, I'm here all week. You always are." Now then, let's sell to you the Dreamer coins. Let's also sell some of these potions. Let's sell those boots. And we could sell these, but I kind of like the constant effect belts. Well, the constant effect items in general, because I don't think there are any random constant effect items. I think all of them are guaranteed spawns. I could be completely wrong on that, but you know. So as a result, I'm going to collect them. See, that weighs 24, so that sword still weighs a lot. It's just, you know, our Daedric sword is better. Unless we get the enchantment off. But then again, the enchantment is random damage, so it could do 10 points, or it could do basically none, so the Daedric longsword probably is still best to use. Anyway, is there anything else we can sell to you? Not really. I guess we could sell some of these soul gems that are already filled. Okay, now we have to buy back some stuff. We'll buy back the coins. Because since the coins are light, we can still carry them with us. No, you aren't going to accept that deal. How about this deal? Nope. Okay, fine. We'll just go for your full cost. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, right, we're going to cast Mark. Well, we're going to try and cast Mark, but it's a 24% success chance. Nope. Never mind. I don't think I collected the
Well, what is this about?
extra potions and the like from the Mages Guild
Yes.
and the Fighters Guild. I think I could do that from the one in Vivec, so we should go there.
Shopping for enchantments.
Yes.
I am really tempting fate though with how much I'm just quickly saving, well, quickly loading the game rooms in succession.
What is this about?
This is about stealing all your good stuff. These scrolls are lighter than the potions of cure disease, so let's take them. Right, standard which restore potions. Let's go to the Fighters Guild. What are you doing here? She looks very sneaky.
Oh no.
Ah, yes, restore health potions, that's what we want. There's also cheap ones. I guess we may as well take a few with us and we'll just take them home. Okay, we've been doing this for quite a while now. I was going to fit in the next quest with Case Casades, but I think we'll do
Watch
that next
your
time.
May I help you?
Because quite soon we are going to start just doing guild quests again and stuff like that, but we need to do these first few main quest lines just so that we understand what we're doing here in Morrowind.
But I know you.
Hi. Maybe we should go and check out one of the houses we haven't gone to yet. Which is this one up here. I forgot to check this out. Because this is the Morag Tong. Like, they are assassins, but remember, this is all perfectly legal in Morrowind, so they could just have a giant house here. Will you tell us about joining well, yeah, tell us about the Dark Brotherhood. The Dark Brotherhood is a depraved perversion of the ancient law-abiding order of the Morag Tong. They do not advertise their services or their creed, but they are an outlawed secret society of assassins with an evil reputation, and are often associated with Daedric worship. The Morag Tong is the sworn enemy of the Dark Brotherhood. So yeah, these guys weren't the ones who tried to assassinate us. The Morag Tong is an ancient traditional assassin guild of the Dunmer. We provide 3 varieties of execution: public, private, and house war. We only recruit candidates of proven skill and honour, and our Grandmaster Enuhalu in Vivec can authorise new members to join. So that guy is in Vivec, but we need to find him. Also, I do like how he mentioned that they can do private executions, public executions, and also house wars, so they could just fight like between the houses.
Quickly out.
Which we did hear from
much time.
the other member of this guild. Is the reason why they're allowed to like work in public and why they stop wars and stuff, because they handle all the wars themselves. Right, let's read the Black Glove. We were told to read this because it would have a hint. Swift and agile of a Morag Tong, silent and unseen they move. Illusions they supply to misdirect their prey. Close and sure they strike with short blade, or distant and secure they strike from afar with accurate missile fire. Light armor protects them from harm, and the acrobatic discipline finds for them unseen and unlooked for paths. Have you these virtues? Then perhaps your oath and service may please the Morag Tong. We actually do have all those skills except for short blade. Do you have your friends and your finery, but no place to go? Do you laugh and cry, but no longer feel? Do you wear these masks? Then perhaps your oath and service may please the black glove. The blood of a hunter and the blood of a hunted, the joy of the hidden and the joy of the seeker, the blood of the eye and the blood of the gate, the joy of the living and the joy of the dead. Are you one with these things? Then perhaps your oath and service may please Mephala. I believe that Mephala is another one of the Daedric gods. To make your oath and enter our service, the worthy must seek the Grand Master, who by tradition lives in the unseen and unlooked-for corners of Vivec, city between the blood of battle and the waters of life. So there's our hint of how to find him. We have to go to Vivec, and then we are going between the unseen and unlooked-for corners of Vivec, which likely means the either the sewer areas or the places above it I've suddenly forgotten the name of. And then it says, between the blood of battle and the waters of life. So that's likely referring to the arena. And the waters of life is likely just the sewer area. So that means that will be somewhere there, so we'll look for that the next time we're in Vivec. And we should be allowed to join them. I don't know, I just read a book. Anyway, it's about time we finally round this up. So let's go talk to Caius Casades.
Speak, traveler.
Quickly, Outlander. I haven't much time.
Sadly, it's always been daylight when we've come here. I've been trying to trigger something by the way I've been running around, but I think it needs to be nighttime for it to happen. Right, now before we give this to Caius Casades, let's just quickly read through it and see if there's any more information that we want. Oh, here's something that he gave us. Yeah, he just gave us a little bit more information on each one, but nothing important. This book. I will read this, but not right now. But I'm going to read this book. It's a good book. Right, notes from Helaya. I'm just going to quickly read through it myself, just to, Yeah, I think this is actually different, so we'll read this. The history of the Ashlanders and the Nerevarine cult. In First Era, barbaric Dunmer cultures settled Dunmer clans for great houses, and nomadic Dunmer tribe, like the Ashlanders, were roughly equal in numbers and wealth. Under the civilized peace of a Grand Council, and with the strong central authority of the temple, the economic and military power of the settled Dunmer quickly outstripped that of the nomadic Dunmer. The nomadic Dunmer were marginalised into the poorest, most hostile land, in particular into the Vrorenfell wastes. For the Ashlanders, the return of a reincarnated Nerevar represents a longed-for... The way I went up then made me lose where I was. The longed-for and largely romanticised golden age of Nerevar's peace. When the nomadic tribes enjoyed equality with the... So during this golden age of peace, the nomadic tribes enjoy equality with the settled Dunmer, and before the Dunmer people had for the most part abandoned traditional ancestor worship for the autocratic theocracy of the tribunal temple. There we go, I got it. The Nerevar and the Ashlanders. In ancient days, the deep elves and the great host of Ashland... I'm just going to restart this. In ancient days, the deep elves and a great host of outlanders from the west came to steal the land of the Dunmer. In that time, Nerevar was the great Khan and war leader of House people, but he honoured the ancient spirits in the tribal law and became as one of us. So when Nerevar pledged upon his great ring of the ancestors, one clan under moon and star, to honour the ways of the spirits and rights of the land, all the tribes joined the House peoples to fight a great battle at Red Mountain. Though many Dunmer tribesmen and housemen died at Red Mountain, the Dreamer were defeated and their evil magics destroyed, and the Outlanders driven from the land. But after this great victory, the power-hungry Khans of the Great Houses slew Nerevar in secret, and settled themselves up as gods, neglected Nerevar's promises of the tribes, but it is said that Nerevar will come again with his ring and cast down the false gods. And by the power of his ring, will make good his promises to the tribes, to honour the spirits and drive the outsiders from this land. So it mentions here that he was betrayed and murdered by the other Khans, and that then they made themselves gods. So that would be Almalexia, Sophasil and Vivec. So they were the ones who apparently killed Nerevar, and used to also be leaders like himself at the time. It also mentions that the war was with the Dreamer, and that the Dreamer had some sort of ancient magic, and yet they seem to be a technological race, so clearly there's something else to the Dreamer we haven't seen yet. Persecution of the cult. The Tribunal Temple regards the mysticism and prophecy of the Nerevarine cult as primitive superstition. The Ashlander ancestor cults and the Nerevarine in particular have always decried the worship of living Dunmer as abominations, suspecting the unnatural lifetimes of a tribunal to be signs of profane sorcery or necromancy. Though the authorization and intolerant temple priesthoods has always been inclined to tolerate Ashlander ancestor cult practices, they've always threatened Nerevarine claimants with death or imprisonment. And while generally tolerant of various cult worships, the Imperial Commission of the occupation outlaw cult hostiles to the Emperor and the Empire, and threatens members of such cults with imprisonment or death. The ordinators are allowed a free hand when dealing with outlawed cults like the Nerevarines. Peakstar, we've heard about this guy before. In the past, others have claimed to be the reincarnated Nerevar of prophecy. The most recent is known as Peakstar, a mysterious figure who reportedly appeared and disappeared among the waste tribes over the last 30 years. The temple notes that these false incarnates discredit the Nerevarine prophecies, singularly and illogically. The Ashlanders acknowledge a history of false claimants calling them failed incarnates, but they regard them as proof of the validity of the prophecies rather than contradictions. Among the Nerevarines, there is a fable of a cavern of the incarnates where the spirits of the failed incarnates dwell. The Nerevarine cult is a mystical cult, and it glorifies rather than shrinks from contradictions. That's good. It's good that they do that. But either way, this is something we haven't heard of before, that there's apparently a cavern somewhere that has all the spirits of the failed incarnates in it. So that's going to be a really good place to find. Hopefully we'll find that someday. Right, so that's Halea's one. Next up is... oh, maybe he's the only one who gave us notes. Okay. Well, Case Casades.
I see I stand in good company.
Of course.
What can I do for you?
I've got your stuff. I have your report and I'll make copies of your notes. Oh, so he hasn't taken it from us. And the progress of truth. Give me time to read and digest all this. In the meantime, I'm promoting you to journeyman. You're doing good work. Here's 200 drakes. Go out and treat yourself to a new pair of shoes. And go do some jobs for the guilds or other freelance work. Just to keep your cover story current. Or get some training. Then when you're fit and rested, come back and I'll have more orders. Can we get the new orders now? Because I believe the next quest is the final one we need to do. Oh, no, not ready. I'm not ready yet, as I told you. Go out and brush up your skills or do some freelance work to support your cover story. Or go shopping. Or do some sightseeing. Just leave me alone and let me think. I like you guys, Casades. I'm not going to leave this door because I'm scared the game is going to crash now. We've gone through so many loading screens, so I think this is a good place to end it. We forgot to read that Progress of Truth book, but it's probably boring anyway. Should we continue wearing this robe? Yeah, we'll continue wearing this robe. Let's rest up. So, next time we are going to go out and get some training, like he said. We'll get a couple of levels. We won't really go and do any jobs though, we'll just get a few levels and then we'll come back. Mainly so that we can get our intellect up, because we really want to be able to cast this spell soon. Where is it? Open max. It costs 60 mana. We do have a potion with us to fortify our intelligence, which will buff our mana higher. But at the same time, like, I would like a permanent thing instead. So we need a couple of levels to get our magic up, so we'll get at least 1 or 2 soon. And also it would help, obviously, to get some of our magic skills up. Our combat's doing quite well. Like, we are still missing quite a lot, but but now we're starting to actually hit the enemy decently. So we don't have to worry too much about our combat right now. Obviously higher will be better, but it's fine. Really, our main problem is our alteration skill is dreadful. Our illusion skill is dreadful. We're not using illusion as much as I thought I would. Again, I should have put something else in my minor skills. We also need to level up our mysticism a little bit, just so we can cast Mark and Recall better. Conjuration, I think that's fine at the moment. Destruction, we're never going to use it. We're only going to level that if we need to boost our willpower. Yeah, that's everything then. So when we come back, we'll be doing leveling, then we'll talk to Chaos and get the next quest, and finally, at that point, we should finally learn why we're actually here on Morrowind, because we haven't been told yet. So that should be next time. So until then, be lovely to each other.